Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn some useful phrases for group discussion. Now, it's a lot of times when we are in a setting where a lot of other members are debating or discussing a unique topic, and we have to put our inputs in such a way that we make an impact on the listener or on the audience. Sometimes your listener can be your recruiter as well. So, we need to use some phrases which are appropriate for group discussions. So, let's get started. So, first of all, whenever you have to ask about or ask for an opinion of someone, what are the phrases which you can use? Let's understand them. Could you tell me? What do you think about? What's your opinion about so and so? Do you think or feel this is right? How do you feel about making an impact on teenagers? May I ask you how long this meeting is going to be? So you can use all of these phrases and use them for asking about something or asking about the opinion of the listener or any other participant. The second case is when you are asking for an explanation. So you don't want to ask a particular question, but you want more context on the same thing which another participant or your listener talked about. The phrases which we can use in this situation are: could you explain to me what exactly we have to work on? Could someone please tell me what this meeting is about? Just tell me the reason why. I don't really understand. Please explain. Just don't see why this is going to be the agenda of this week. Just don't see what we are working about this week. I just don't see how it's going to benefit our company. Are you saying that we need to target the teenagers? What do you mean by that? I beg your pardon? I didn't quite get that. Excuse me. Did you say that we need to work on this as a team? Okay. So in this way, you have to use these phrases because they're a polite way to ask someone about something or get some more context about the thing which was already explained to you. Because it's natural to have some doubts when you're listening to your head, to your manager, or to a supervisor in charge. Moving on, the next phrases are for giving your opinion. When you want to share any viewpoint or any opinion of yours to the whole group and including the audience. So, the connectors which you can use over here are: in my opinion, in my view, I think we should focus on this. If you ask me, it's really important that we lay some stress on this week's goals. As far as I can see, this is a matter of grave concern. I'm concerned that we should lay emphasis on children for this advertisement. It seems to me that it is not right. I have a feeling that we need to focus on so and so topic. I believe, I reckon, I think, I feel. All of these are synonyms of think and believe. Well, I would say let's go with the first strategy. If you want my opinion, it's the first strategy with which we should work. You can take it from me that it's not going to be fruitful if you use the first method. First of all, to start with, I'd like to point out that this is not going to lead into a profitable investment. Remember, when you're using an abbreviation, you have to pronounce it in the same manner. To start with, I'd like to point out. If you say I would, that is also fine, but when you use abbreviations, it gives a particular how can we put it? It portrays your knowledge about the accent and slangs of the native speakers and native language. So it's okay to use abbreviations in speaking. What we have to decide is which strategy to start with. there can be no doubt that children need to be focus of this advertisement. It's a fact that children are really going to like this game. Nobody will deny that the working hours should be increased. The way I see it, everyone knows that children are going to love this game. As I see it, everyone knows that this is a remarkable gadget. Let me put it this way. If you want to do this, we need to follow certain rules. Let me put it in another way. We need to follow the rules and restrictions for this project. Let's get this clear. First, you have to follow the rules, then you have to follow the strategy. Sorry to interrupt you, but I guess you are going in the wrong direction. The point I'm trying to make is it's not going to be a fruitful way. Personally speaking, I don't think you are going the right way. I think that we should go with the other option over here. I'm absolutely convinced that you should be there in the meeting today. My view is that we should increase the working hours. My point of view is that the working hours should be more for this project. The way I look at it is that we need to invest more money into this project. The way I see it is that it requires more funding. What I actually meant was that we need to invest more money into this project. So all of these connectors were for giving your opinion. When you are sharing your beliefs, what you think, then you can start with these connectors. Or you can use them in between of your sentence as well. Not all of them, but some of them. Next we have when you are giving an explanation. Look, it's like this. Children are going to be so engaged in this game. What I mean is this game is going to be so fascinating for them. The reason for this is children love toys. They love puzzles. The main problem is that we need to work on the budget. Just let me explain. This is not an easy-going project. You have to be more invested. Well, the reason is that you should be more invested. Well, the thing is that children tend to play more games these days on a gadget rather than playing with an object or playing a board game. Above all, we must keep in mind that the generation is shifting towards online media. Lastly, qualified agreement. This means that when you agree with someone, but you have some contradictory point in your mind which can hinder the response of the other person. We often use these phrases in a debate as well. Yes, perhaps, but the budget should be increased for that idea to work out. Yes, possibly. Although you told me that children are tend to be engaged in online media, but still the newborn babies like to play with toys. Yes, but on the other hand, you need to check the age group for this game. Yes, up to a point, but there are still some people who want their kids to have a normal childhood. I agree up to a certain point, but to make this possible, you have to increase your investment. Yes, in a way, but if we look at the other side, it's not going to be that easygoing. Maybe I suppose so that you need more investment for this project. Well, it depends on the parent and their parental supervision over the child. I don't think it's as simple as that. We need to see both sides of the coin over here. I see what you mean, but I think that's not the whole point which we have to consider over here. The whole point or the whole story. You may be right there, but what about the funding? Yes, But there's also another aspect to consider. It needs to be financially funded in a much more bigger way. So, these connectors or linkers or phrases were for qualified agreement when you mention your approval, your opinion, but you are contradicting someone else's point in a polite way. We are not saying no altogether, we are agreeing with them, then using a connector or a conjunction and giving the contradictory point. I hope it was helpful. Thank you.